Alright, so we have 4 emails to guess. And I'm going to show you how to do that with Gmail without sending them emails. We're not sending dummy emails. Don't do that. We're going to use an email permutator, Gmail, and we're going to guess like this. So the first thing I'll normally do is I'm going to just guess the first name at company.com. And I'm going to hover over it, and that's not working actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the email permutator, and we're going to copy and paste his first, last name and his website without any of the other stuff. So just messapps.com. Only this, no slashes, nothing else. That's all. Click permutate, and it's going to give us a list of 34 emails. So let me show you something. If you go to Gmail, this also works in Google Sheets, by the way, but I'll show you here. If you type in my email, let's for example is one of them is jacob@x27marketing.org. If I hover over this with my browser, my cursor, you're going to see my profile picture shows up and all 4 of these icons. If these 4 icons show up, it means the email is valid. If they do not show up, it means the email is not valid. So if you hover over this like this, you can see that these emails are not valid because this is not here. Now sometimes you can actually find an email that does not have a profile picture, but does have a valid email. So this one I think is canceled. But for example, if the email does not have a profile picture, that's okay. You're looking really for these 4 things. If all 4 of these are highlighted in blue, it means that it's good, and if they're not, it means that it's not good. So one more time, this is an invalid email, and you can see it's not working. So where does this email permutator come in? Well, you click permutate, you copy all of these, you go to Gmail, in the to field you paste them, and you hover over each one. And you're going to hover over them until you find the valid email. So we're going to keep doing this, and there it is, VM. All 4 of them are showing up, and we have the profile picture. So now we just double click on this, copy it, paste it, change this to say 100, and okay. Now we're going to try the next one. I'm going to try Jordan at appetizermobile.com just to see if it works. Hover over it, and let's see. Nope, not working. So we're going to once again use that trick. So we have Jordan Edelson messapps.com or appetizermobile.com, sorry. Alright, so we're going to copy these, go back here, we're going to delete all of these. You just click Control A, highlight everything and delete them all, paste the new ones in, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to look for the right email. There it is, see? All 4 of them are highlighted. His profile picture is not there, but because these are all there, we know it's valid. So we can grab that one and paste it in. And I'll just do the rest of these for you. Let's try Martin at sophielabs.co. That works. I just guessed it and it worked. You can see you can hover over the emails here and they're going to work. It's the same thing, right? So Martin worked. So we only have one more to test. I'm going to test first name at techneedsolutions.com. And we'll see. It worked, I think. Yeah, so they're all working. So this is how you guess emails that Hunter did not find. But there's still one more thing you can do. If you hover over all of these and nothing works, they all show up like this. They all show up grayed out. It could be, the other thing could be that they have a separate domain for their email. So their email is like, let's say their website is website.com. Let's see what comes up when I type that in actually. Huh. Wow, that's probably a very expensive domain. Anyway, let's see that their website is website.com. The email might be website.co. And you'd find that out. I'm going to show you an example in a sec. Give me a sec to find one. Alright, so I found the perfect example of what I was talking about. If you were looking at Todd, this guy, I'm going to add him to the sheet as an example. Whoops. So if you're looking at this guy, Todd Tarabi here, right? I don't know why this is doing this. Whatever. If you look at this guy, you would guess his his email would be something like todd@wolfwhale.com, right? Because his domain is .com. But when you hover over it, it won't work. So okay, we'll try and put him into the email permutator and see what's going on. So his name's Todd, and his last name is Turabi, and then it's wolfwhale, I believe, .com. So let's try it out. So we're gonna paste, and we're gonna copy them into Gmail, and if you hover over all of these emails, I've already checked this. That's how I know. None of them are gonna show up with the gray boxes, right? So you would go through. I would go through them one by one, but I've already done that, and none of them are gonna work. So what's going on? Well, sometimes the email domain is separate from the actual domain. So if you go to wolfandwhale.com, what I'll normally do is check to see what their actual email is. So if you click contact, for example, you can see sometimes this doesn't always happen. If you can't find their email on the website, I would move on. I would call it a badly invalid. You can't find the email, just delete it and move on. But sometimes you'll have it, and you can see that his email is right here. It's .co, right? Not .com. So even though the website's .com, their email is on the .co domain. And so if you hover over that, now it's working. So if you can't guess it with the permutator, I would try and find a separate domain on their website see if their email is hosted somewhere else. And if you can, great. If not, that's when I would call it and say, okay, I can't find the email. But usually you actually can. So that's what happens if you can't find it initially. Try and see if there's a separate domain. But again, this is how you guess emails using Hunter. And next up, you're going to see how to validate them with Never Bounce. And then I'm going to show you how to go even further and validate them. And that is how we find emails.